Are you dismissing symptoms as just getting older when they could actually be warning signs of hormonal imbalance? After 45, many women experience subtle changes that seem completely normal. A little more bloating here, some digestive issues there, maybe feeling a bit more emotional than usual. But what if I told you that these harmless symptoms could be your body's way of screaming for help? The truth is, hormonal imbalance after 45 is incredibly common, affecting up to 80% of women. Yet 70% of us don't even realize we have it. We're taught to accept these changes as inevitable parts of aging, but that's not always the case. In this video, we're going to reveal 5 symptoms that seem completely innocent, but could actually be signs of serious hormonal imbalance that, if left untreated, can accelerate aging and impact your quality of life for years to come. Before we dive in, let's be clear. After 45, your hormones naturally begin to fluctuate as you enter perimenopause. Estrogen and progesterone levels start their roller coaster ride, and this affects virtually every system in your body. The problem is, many of the early warning signs are so subtle or common that we ignore them, thinking they're just part of getting older. But here's what's crucial. Recognizing these signs early gives you the power to take action. Whether through lifestyle changes, medical intervention, or natural approaches, you can rebalance your hormones and reclaim your vitality. Let's jump right into the 5 symptoms you need to know about. The first symptom that seems harmless but could signal hormonal imbalance is persistent digestive issues, bloating that won't go away, constipation, increased gas, heartburn, or sudden food sensitivities that you've never had before. Most women think, well, I'm getting older, my digestive system is probably just slowing down. Or we blame it on stress, diet changes, or just one of those things. We pop antacids, take fiber supplements, and carry on, never connecting it to our hormones. Here's what's really happening. Estrogen and progesterone have receptors throughout your digestive tract. These hormones regulate gut motility, how fast food moves through your system. When these hormones fluctuate during perimenopause, it literally slows down digestion, causing food to sit longer in your intestines. This leads to more water being reabsorbed, causing constipation, increased gas production, and bloating. But it goes deeper. Your gut microbiome, the trillions of bacteria in your intestines, is also affected by hormonal changes. There's something called the estrobolome, specific gut bacteria responsible for metabolizing estrogen. When your gut bacteria are imbalanced, they can't properly process estrogen, which creates a vicious cycle of hormonal disruption. Meet Jennifer and Lisa, both 48. Jennifer started experiencing bloating and constipation around the same time her periods became irregular. She tried everything: probiotics, fiber supplements, eliminating foods, but nothing provided lasting relief. She chalked it up to stress from work and getting older. Lisa experienced similar symptoms but connected them to her other hormonal changes. She worked with a healthcare provider who understood the gut hormone connection and addressed both issues together. Within 3 months, her digestive issues significantly improved. If you're experiencing new or worsening digestive issues after 45, especially if they coincide with menstrual irregularities, mood changes, or sleep disruption, this could be a major red flag for hormonal imbalance. Don't just mask the symptoms, address the root cause. Support your gut microbiome with prebiotic and probiotic foods, reduce inflammatory foods, and consider working with a healthcare provider who understands the hormone-gut connection. Sometimes, addressing hormone imbalance actually resolves digestive issues that seemed unrelated. The second seemingly harmless symptom is increased thirst and needing to urinate more frequently, especially at night. Many women notice they're reaching for water constantly and making multiple trips to the bathroom during the night. We often think, I'm probably just drinking more water because I know I should stay hydrated. Or, maybe I have a small bladder. Or, this is probably just normal aging. Some women even worry about diabetes, but dismiss it when basic blood sugar tests come back normal. Estrogen and progesterone directly affect your body's water retention and kidney function. As these hormones fluctuate, they can disrupt your body's natural fluid balance. Estrogen helps your body retain water appropriately, and when levels drop or become erratic, it can cause your kidneys to process fluids differently. Additionally, declining estrogen can affect the tissues of your bladder and urethra, making them more sensitive and less able to hold urine comfortably. This isn't just about bladder capacity. It's about hormonal changes affecting the actual function of your urinary system. Consider Maria and Sandra, both 52. Maria started waking up 2 to 3 times per night to urinate, something that had never happened before. During the day, she felt constantly thirsty, despite drinking plenty of water. She mentioned it to her doctor, who ran basic tests for diabetes and UTIs, but everything came back normal. She was told it was probably just aging. Sandra experienced the same symptoms, but also noticed they got worse right before her irregular periods. She connected this pattern to her hormones and discovered that hormone support significantly reduced both the excessive thirst and frequent urination. Research shows that hormonal fluctuations can affect the production of antidiuretic hormone, ADH, which controls how much water your kidneys reabsorb. When this system is disrupted by changing estrogen and progesterone levels, you can experience both excessive thirst and frequent urination as your body struggles to maintain proper fluid balance. If you've suddenly developed excessive thirst and frequent urination, especially if it's worse at certain times of your cycle or accompanied by other symptoms like hot flashes or irregular periods, this could be a sign of hormonal imbalance rather than a bladder issue. Track when these symptoms are worse. Is there a pattern related to your menstrual cycle? Keep a symptom diary and discuss the hormonal connection with your healthcare provider. Sometimes balancing hormones can resolve what seems like a urinary problem. If you're recognizing yourself in these symptoms, please comment "balance" below. Your experiences help other women feel less alone in this journey. The third symptom is subtle but persistent mood changes. Feeling more irritable than usual, having less patience with family or coworkers, feeling overwhelmed by things that didn't used to bother you, or experiencing mild anxiety or sadness that seems to come out of nowhere. We rationalize these feelings. Work has been stressful. The kids are driving me crazy. I'm just having a tough time lately. Or, I need to be more positive. We blame external circumstances and never consider that our brain chemistry might be changing due to hormonal shifts. Estrogen is directly involved in the production and regulation of serotonin, your brain's happiness chemical. When estrogen fluctuates wildly during perimenopause, it disrupts serotonin production, leading to mood instability. Progesterone has natural calming, anti-anxiety effects. It's literally like a natural Xanax. When progesterone levels drop, you lose this built-in stress buffer. This isn't just being moody, it's actual brain chemistry changes caused by hormonal fluctuations. Your reactions to stress, your emotional resilience, and your overall mood stability are all directly affected by these hormonal changes. Think about Rachel and Kim, both 46. Rachel noticed she was snapping at her family more often and feeling overwhelmed by her usual responsibilities. She felt guilty, thinking she was just becoming a difficult person, and tried to push through it. She blamed work stress and tried to manage better, but the irritability persisted. Kim experienced similar mood changes, but noticed they seemed to cycle with her increasingly irregular periods. She realized this might be hormonal and sought support. Addressing her hormone imbalance dramatically improved her mood stability and emotional resilience. Studies show that women in perimenopause are 2 to 4 times more likely to experience depression and anxiety, even if they've never had mental health issues before. This isn't weakness or character change, it's biology. The rapid fluctuations in estrogen and progesterone during perimenopause can trigger mood episodes in women who were previously emotionally stable. When you're dealing with mood changes, it affects every area of your life. Your relationships suffer, your work performance can decline, and you might withdraw from activities you enjoy. This creates additional stress, which further disrupts hormones, creating a vicious cycle. If you've noticed that you're just not feeling like yourself emotionally, maybe you're more tearful, irritable, or anxious than usual, and this coincides with menstrual changes or other physical symptoms, don't dismiss it as just stress or personality change. Start tracking your mood alongside your menstrual cycle, even if it's irregular. Notice if emotional symptoms worsen at certain times. Consider discussing bioidentical hormone therapy, natural mood support, or stress management techniques with a provider who understands the perimenopause transition. The fourth symptom is persistent fatigue that doesn't improve with rest, or sudden energy crashes in the afternoon that leave you feeling like you've hit a wall. This isn't normal tiredness. It's feeling exhausted even after a full night's sleep, or needing caffeine just to function. We tell ourselves, "I'm busy. I'm not 25 anymore. I need to get more sleep." Or, "Maybe I need more vitamins." We blame our schedule, our age, or our lifestyle choices, never considering that our cellular energy production might be compromised by hormonal changes. Estrogen plays a crucial role in mitochondrial function, your cell's power plants. When estrogen levels drop or fluctuate dramatically, your mitochondria become less efficient at producing energy. This means that even if you're eating well and getting enough sleep, your cells literally can't produce energy the way they used to. Additionally, fluctuating hormones disrupt your sleep architecture. You might sleep for 8 hours, but never reach the deep, restorative stages of sleep that actually recharge your body. Progesterone is particularly important for deep sleep, and as it declines, your sleep quality suffers even if your sleep quantity seems adequate. Meet Andrea and Patricia, both 49. Andrea used to be the Energizer bunny of her friend group, but over the past year, she found herself needing a nap by 2 p.m. and struggling to keep up with her usual activities. She tried energy drinks, B vitamins, and going to bed earlier, but nothing helped. She assumed she was just getting older and needed to accept lower energy levels. Patricia experienced similar crushing fatigue, but noticed it got worse during certain weeks of her irregular cycle. She connected this to hormones and found that hormone support dramatically improved her energy levels and eliminated the afternoon crashes. Research shows that estrogen directly affects cellular metabolism and energy production. When estrogen levels are unstable, it can reduce your cellular energy output by up to 30%. This isn't just feeling tired, it's your body literally producing less energy at the cellular level. When you're chronically fatigued, everything else gets harder. You exercise less, which affects your mood and metabolism. You might rely on caffeine and sugar for energy, which creates blood sugar spikes and crashes. You become less social and engaged, which affects your mental health. Fatigue becomes a domino effect that impacts every area of your life. If you're experiencing persistent fatigue that doesn't improve with rest, especially if it coincides with menstrual irregularities or other symptoms we've discussed, this could be a sign that your hormones are affecting your cellular energy production. Support your mitochondria with CoQ10, B vitamins, and magnesium. Prioritize sleep quality over quantity. Focus on deep sleep. Consider working with a provider to assess hormone levels and explore options for supporting cellular energy production. The fifth symptom is gradual changes in hair texture, your hair becoming thinner, more brittle, losing its shine, or noticing more hair in your brush or shower drain. This often happens so gradually that you might not notice until someone points it out, or you see photos from a year ago. We rationalize hair changes. I need a better shampoo. Maybe I'm being too rough with styling. It's probably just stress, or hair changes as you age. We might switch products or blame external factors, never considering that internal hormonal changes could be affecting hair growth and quality. Hair follicles are incredibly sensitive to hormonal changes. Estrogen promotes hair growth and keeps hair in the growing phase longer, which is why pregnant women often have thick, lustrous hair. As estrogen declines during perimenopause, hair spends less time in the growth phase and more time in the resting phase, leading to thinner, more fragile hair. Additionally, when estrogen drops, the relative influence of androgens, male hormones that women also produce, becomes stronger. This can cause hair follicles to shrink, producing thinner, shorter hairs, and can even trigger male pattern hair loss in some women. Consider two friends, Janet and Susan, both 50. Janet noticed her hair gradually becoming thinner and more brittle over 2 years. Her hairdresser mentioned that her hair seemed different, and Janet realized her ponytail was noticeably smaller than it used to be. She tried expensive shampoos and treatments, thinking it was just aging or damage from styling. Susan experienced similar hair changes, but noticed they coincided with her increasingly irregular periods and other symptoms. She addressed her hormonal imbalance, and within 6 months, her hairstylist commented on how much thicker and healthier her hair looked. Research shows that estrogen directly affects the hair growth cycle. It extends the anagen, growth phase, and delays the telogen, resting phase. When estrogen levels fluctuate or decline, this balance is disrupted, leading to shorter growth phases and longer resting phases, which results in thinner hair overall. Hair changes can significantly impact self-esteem and confidence. Many women report feeling less attractive or feminine when their hair changes, which can affect their relationships and social interactions. This isn't vanity. It's a legitimate concern about a visible sign of aging and hormonal change. If you've noticed gradual hair thinning, changes in texture, or increased hair loss, especially if it coincides with menstrual irregularities or other symptoms, this could be a sign of hormonal imbalance rather than just aging or hair care issues. Support hair health with biotin, iron, and protein. Consider gentle scalp massage to improve circulation. Most importantly, address the underlying hormonal imbalance rather than just treating the symptom. Sometimes, hormone optimization can dramatically improve hair health and growth. If you're experiencing any of these 5 symptoms, please comment "symptoms" below to let me know which ones resonate with you. Understanding that you're not alone in this experience is the first step toward getting help. Now that you know these 5 seemingly harmless symptoms could actually be signs of hormonal imbalance, take an honest inventory. Are you experiencing persistent digestive issues, increased thirst, and frequent urination, subtle mood changes, unexplained fatigue, or changes in your hair? If you recognized yourself in 2 or more of these symptoms, it's time to take action. The most important thing to understand is that these symptoms are not inevitable parts of aging that you just have to accept. Hormonal imbalance is treatable, whether through bioidentical hormone therapy, lifestyle changes, natural supplements, or a combination of approaches. What you should do next. First, start tracking your symptoms alongside your menstrual cycle, even if it's irregular. Look for patterns. Do certain symptoms get worse at specific times? Second, find a healthcare provider who understands perimenopause and hormonal health. Not all doctors are knowledgeable about hormone balance, so you may need to seek out a specialist in women's health, functional medicine, or hormone optimization. Third, don't wait for symptoms to get worse. The earlier you address hormonal imbalance, the more options you have and the better your outcomes will be. Remember, you deserve to feel vibrant, energetic, and like yourself throughout this transition. These symptoms aren't something you have to suffer through. They're signals that your body needs support. The biggest mistake women make after 45 is dismissing symptoms as just getting older or something I have to live with. But now you know better. These 5 symptoms, digestive issues, increased thirst and urination, mood changes, fatigue, and hair changes, could all be your body's way of telling you that your hormones need attention. You have more control over how you age than you think. By recognizing these early warning signs and taking action, you can not only resolve these symptoms, but potentially prevent more serious health issues down the road. Your future self will thank you for paying attention to these signals and seeking help now, rather than waiting until symptoms become severe or life-altering. Thank you for watching this video. If it opened your eyes to the possibility that your symptoms might be hormonal, please like this video and subscribe for more content about navigating perimenopause and menopause with knowledge and confidence. Share this video with other women who might be dismissing their symptoms as just aging, because knowledge is power, and every woman deserves to know that there are solutions. Leave a comment below sharing which symptom surprised you the most, or tell us about your own experience with these seemingly harmless signs. Your story could help another woman realize she's not alone and encourage her to seek help. Remember, you don't have to suffer in silence. These symptoms are common, but they're not normal, and you deserve to feel amazing at every stage of your life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.